There was a long, stable era that was guided by the goddess. Her worship and respect brought a world of peace, beauty, and safety. We already know from many researchers and archaeologists that this is true, but much of this truth is still hidden from us. It seems that some forces does not want us to know just how long and how fierce the worship of the goddess actually was. There is almost no literature from the known times of the goddess, and only remnants of art. But the Sisters of the Temple are here to shed light on the time before his story, history, a time where our human minds cannot even fathom because it was so different than the way we live today. In the land of Israel, in 2000 BCE approximately, a group of priests took control of a temple in Jerusalem and destroyed the image and name of the goddess Asherah, the wife of Yahweh. They were the masculine and feminine, God and goddess. This is what it means to worship the goddess. Both male and female are respected and worshipped together. But these priests, who were the dark sorcerers, part of the dark masculine energy that started to rise in the world, got rid of the goddess, destroyed all her statues, sacred trees, altars, and images of her from the mind of people, and allowed only the image of the God Yahweh to remain. The myth of the fall, which is talked about by Anne Baring and many other scholars, was created by these dark men. With the help of some demonic entities, which no one talks about today because they don't really know about that, and the loss of the goddess brought very quickly a new era of violence, control, and dishonor to nature. A word on Israel. If you read what I wrote in the book Symbols of Sex Magic, in the part about the Star of David and Solomon, you will notice the story of Solomon. It's very interesting to read. I'm not going to read it all over again now, but you can read it again in the book. What Solomon actually did that no one knows and no one talks about, he actually used the wisdom of the temple and true divine magic, inverted it, of course, and used dark magic. He killed many women and children, as well as raping them, and began the darkest occult secret societies that still continue his path today. Israel will never know peace until they reverse what has begun there, until enough people return to the temple. First, to the temple within them, mostly women, and then later a real temple can be built again, with new foundations. At least one temple needs to be created again in Jerusalem or close to it. You can see why now the forces of darkness wanted to control this land. This is, by the way, why World War II began as well, to create a reason to give the Jewish people a safe place, so to speak. Jews are also the victims of not only the Nazis, but also of much darker entities. This may sound crazy, I know, but if you ask the right questions, you will get the answers. And right now it is time for truth. It is time to understand true magic, light and dark magic, so that we can use it to our benefit, to birth a better world. If you research in the right places, because no history book will tell you the real truth, at least not all of it, you will find the proof of this. I also remind you to read it as a story. Remember, everything is a story, and take what feels right and empowering for you at this moment. Even if you will know the 100% truth of all past occurrences, you still need to take only what is supporting your own growth right now. This moment is all that matters. I only share in my books information I am guided to share with humanity at this moment, not all of it. I learned to trust the sisters and my own higher womb guidance. I am, after all, a servant of the temple, and truth is what I serve. So let's return to the goddess now. The goddess is nature. She is the universe itself. And the loss of connection to the goddess, which we have had long time ago, brought the loss of connection to nature and the cosmos. The goddess was seen as divine, high wisdom. She was the sacred force of truth and life, of equality in a sense of which we are all sacred. Everything is sacred because all is from the mother, from the goddess. Her way in that world was a shamanic way of living, a way of being one with life itself, in a constant sacred ritual. When the goddess was worshipped and learned from, people had a great understanding of natural alchemy, and especially that of the woman, the ability and great gift of bearing a child, give life, take life as well, and also transmutation and transformation. For the feminine is constantly transforming. This is a power only women have, and it was respected and revered. Once we began to believe that the universe, animals, nature, has no consciousness, we lost it as well. Once only the image of the God was accepted, reality ceased from being spiritual and magical and began being literal, one-dimensional, and also dangerous. The myth of the fall, which the dark masculine created, made the character of Eve in the Bible the sinner, the evil, the dumb, the female who brought the fall of man and with it all suffering to mankind. This deep distortion of truth spread out like wildfire, along with what no history book will tell you, a demonic control on the consciousness of mankind. By starting to rape women and children, killing and eating animals, the vibration of humans lowered, in what the sisters say almost instantly. And since we are all one, it affected all humanity. The dark wizards know this, and with the baneful magic, they have created an enormous worldwide brainwashing that even today we cannot achieve. Though they are doing a great job with most humans today with the media and other resources, but many of us are waking up. When many people stopped consuming animals a few years back, it was the beginning of the awakening because it gave mankind enough momentum by raising their frequency to affect the whole. Later on, they have declared, the dark sorcerers in our history, that Jesus was to be the only Son of God, as well as they made him from the same substance of God, of course, leaving the feminine out of the picture. Even though Jesus himself said he was the Son of men, not the Son of God. Mother, Father, and Holy Spirit, which is what the sacred union really is, was changed to Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. There is no sacred union here. Isis and Inanna, along with other goddesses of the old days, were the queens of heaven. Later on, much later on in history, they have turned Mary, the mother of Jesus, into the queen of heaven, but it did not have the same respect, honor, and authority as the goddesses had. When the dark masculine world began, so did the concept of empires, wars, and domination over others, and of course nature. Many empires came and fell under the dark masculine energy. They never lasted for so long. Not like the worship of the goddess time, which lasts for thousands of years. The sisters also say that humans were so different back then. They were not that dense in physical form and could travel in dimensions easier. They say, the sisters, it is hard to explain such concept, but that is the easiest way to describe it. The loss of the goddess and the image of the goddess, the connection to the goddess, was the loss of our connection to nature as well as to life itself, to the cosmos. And that brought the loss of connection to ourselves, our true power, truth, our true essence as a species. The word human didn't exist at the time of the goddess. Different civilizations had different words for it, but the sisters wish to share the word that described our kind at their time. This is something they don't usually do. I will speak it right now. Kuna. It is magnificent to pronounce. I feel the vibrations in my body as I pronounce it. They still teach me how to pronounce it correctly. Kuna. They do not share with me much of their language, only words they wish for us to use now. This word is spoken like a whisper almost, a long, echoey prayer, and you feel the vibration in your body when you speak it. Kuna. When the goddess was honored, all was sacred, all life. People lived in a constant ritual in what we call a shamanic state, but way better than what we know about today, of course. Once sex lost its sacredness, we lost it for everything. The oneness has been lost. The goddess is the womb of life, the womb where all life comes from. They communicated with animals back then, with trees, with the earth. When something is not sacred, we as humans feel the privilege and the right that we can do anything we want to it. That goes for women, for nature, for children. The atrocities done, even today, to all these sacred gifts are unexplainable. The temple offers a sacredness to all life again. It offers the sight of truth, the truth that all is sacred, especially the portal of life women hold, the imagination which the children of this world bring with them, and the love of nature itself. The truth is that earth itself, animals as well as a newborn baby, has consciousness and wisdom. Nature has emotions, it feels pain, and it is connected to our consciousness. It is calling to us to wake up, to find it again, to find ourselves. We keep taking from the earth, just like the dark masculine, just like the dark feminine, the shadow side of the feminine and masculine, instead of receiving and offering. We do not see the sacredness all around us because we do not see it within us. Once we connect back with nature or the cosmos, we connect to the other because they are intertwined. When we are connected to a higher source, the mother, spirit herself, the great womb we all came from, we know and embody this connection and unity we have with all life.